In 2005, the novel Snowflower and the Secret Fan became a bestseller, the story of a unique friendship between two Chinese women, a bond they shared that was stronger than any other relationship, including marriage. Well, today the movie version of Snowflower and the Secret Fan opens in theaters. Here's CBS's Betty Nguyen.
I'm writing a book. It's about the old days.
Snowflower and the Secret Fan tells the story of two friendships, one set in modern-day China, another in its very different past. The film was based on Lisa See's 2005 best-selling novel about a 19th century Chinese woman named Lily.
She had what was called a laotong. This means old same. It's kind of a friendship for life, an emotional marriage between women when actual marriage had very little emotion attached to it.
Director Wayne Wang was struck by the powerful laotong relationship between Lily and Snowflower.
Oftentimes the women tend to form, much closer friendships with their friends than with their husbands. The marriages are oftentimes business arrangements. These women have this special language called nu su, which is women's language.
Nu su literally means women's script. So it was only practiced, as far as we know today, in a very, very small area in south-central China. It was shared among women only.
Standard Chinese is very square, very blocky. Nushu is very long and thin. It's been described as looking like mosquito legs.
Throughout the film, women use this private language to combat their public sorrows, most notably the once customary practice of foot binding.
Women had their feet bound by their mothers when they turned about 5 years old. And what a mother would do was take her daughter's toes, wrap them under the foot, then wrap them in these long strips of binding cloth, and then make her daughter walk back and forth week after week after week until finally her daughter's toes broke.
Binding your feet was still very much a status symbol. It announced to the world not only that you're from a good family, a family who can afford to have you work indoors instead of out in the fields, but also that you have the character to withstand a lot of pain.
This is why this secret language became so important for them, because in a sense it allowed them to fly out of the window of their lives.
Today, Chinese women don't share the same limitations as Lily and Snowflower.
This shoe was for women with tiny bound feet.
But Wang wanted to show that certain themes are universal.
Modern women are more independent, freer, and have more choices, but still they long for friendship, love, and hope. Those same feelings and emotions still apply. So I wanted to sort of set a modern-day story against it.
He asked Li Bingbing, one of China's biggest stars, to play Lily and her contemporary counterpart, Nina. After reading their stories, she said yes.
So I do believe this kind of emotion, and I think this kind of relationship is very cherished in everyone's life.
She's just an extraordinary actress. She's the Meryl Streep of China. She's won 2 versions of their Academy Award.
6 years ago, Lisa See's story of two friends inspired many. She's sure the film version will translate just as well.
It's through our friends that we are able to connect, that we are able to confide our sorrows and celebrate our triumphs, whether we lived 1,000 years ago or right now today.
Betty Nguyen, CBS News, New York.